Hey everyone, I'm Begüm and I will talk about celiac disease. Celiac is a sensitivity to gluten and it is an allergy. So what is gluten? Gluten is a vegetable protein found in grains such as wheat, barley and rye. And it provides consistency of the products to which gluten is added, reaches desired flexibility, and softens and acts as a binder. Celiac is an allergy that occurs due to small intestine's inability to digest and absorb gluten. Celiac disease generally occurs after eating gluten. It is genetic but it can occur later. It is an allergy, it is not a contagious disease. There is no drug treatment tried, the treatment is provided with the gluten-free diet. Unless a diet followed, there's a risk of anemia, and if this is continued, there's a risk of intestinal cancer. And I want to show you the celiac symptoms. Stomachache, abdominal swelling, anorexia, growth retardation, vomiting and restlessness. If you have abdominal swelling or vomiting, probably you have celiac, but that's not 100% true. So you have to consult with your doctor. So there's a difficulty in diagnosis because, as you can see, these symptoms are really similar to other diseases. So detecting antibiotic specific with the endoscopy with the small intestine's inability. And I want to show you, if you have celiac, what should we eat? Dairy products, red meat, corn and corn flour, rice, nuts, but it must be confirmed to be gluten-free because there may be a cross-contamination. We can eat all vegetables and fruits, animal fat, buckwheat, and also egg. And I want to talk about gluten and expected products, ground dried fruit powder, creams and puddings, or salami, sausages, or any other meat products, chocolate, ice cream, or the other beverages contained barley malt or oat. To minimize the risk of the gluten, the ingredients should be read. If you're not sure, you should get information by calling the organizations and necessary companies. Celiac is not a one-time thing, disease. You have to adopt gluten-free lifestyle. I want to talk about cross-contamination risk. Cross-contamination is a really, it becomes unusable for gluten-free product becomes unusable for, as a result, contact with a gluten-containing product. Cross-contamination is very important for celiacs. For example, if you take a gluten ice cream with the same scoop with the gluten-free ice cream, there is a risk of gluten, and this will cross-contaminate and carry a gluten risk. The content of each product should be truly read, as the risk of cross-contamination can occur anywhere. But if you're still not sure, there is a gluten detector device produced for celiacs. You can test a device called NEMA sensor. Products that you're not sure about and that you think are a risk of cross-contamination.
We created NEMA for people with food sensitivities, like ourselves, to be able to test their food for gluten before they eat. We took a complicated lab-style test and turned it into a small, portable, and easy-to-use device. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to use NEMA to test your food for gluten. Let's say I ordered the salad at a restaurant. I've already talked to the wait staff about my gluten-free needs, but I'm always worried about gluten being in the salad dressing. I'm going to take a small sample of this. Sometimes it's easier with your fingers, but you can also use a fork or another utensil that you have. NEMA can test solids or liquids. Remember, you don't need a big sample. Now you'll close the capsule. This next step actually grinds the food. You'll want to keep twisting until you can feel the pop and the top is aligned with the capsule. Now insert the capsule into NEMA and click it into place. Turn NEMA on, press start, and your test will begin. The test will take a few minutes. You'll see the screen thinking, might hear it working, and then you'll see a smiley face if it's gluten-free. I got a smiley face, so I'm going to take a bite of this.
The hardest about being celiac disease is that there's so little variety and gluten-free products aren't anywhere. There are an estimated 5,000 people in our country with celiac. However, product variety and financial means are insignificant. Unfortunately, not every city has a grocery store that provides enough gluten-free products. Unfortunately, it is very difficult to find places like gluten-free patisserie. Even if you find it, you get nervous because people's insensitivity. Any product with the gluten risk may contain traces of gluten pose a danger to celiacs. However, most gluten-free products are very expensive and not everyone can afford it. And they experience weight loss because they do not get enough nutrition. Schools and workplaces do not have gluten-free meals, which creates a feeling of social exclusion. People do not think about these children because they are not conscious. Everyone wants to sit and have a meal with their coworkers, but unfortunately, most celiacs can afford it. Some businesses are cooking for people who are not celiacs, but who have adopted gluten-free lifestyle under the name Meals for Celiacs. These two are really different, and there is a huge risk of celiacs. So if this is not taken care of it can very dire consequences. Please don't say it's for celiacs unless you're sure don't risk people's lives. Thank you.